Hi, and welcome to Experience Inspirations. Press your way right on in. Press your way right on in. Remember to press your way throughout your day. Today, let's talk about the feeling and feelings of inadequacy. Have you ever thought that if you could change something about yourself, just yourself, then you will feel adequate for the situation you're currently facing? We all feel ill-equipped for life challenges at many times in our life, to be honest about it. The solution is not found in wishing that we could be different, because God made us all in the kindness and uniqueness of His liking, according to Him. Instead, we should let these feelings motivate us to trust God and believe in His promises. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 3 areas of feelings of inadequacy. The first one is going to be areas of inadequacy. The second one is reasons for inadequacy. And the third one is the results of inadequacy. And each one, my hopes and prayers that I can give you 3, not more. Although I have more listed, I'm going to minimize them to 3. But let me drop this on you for free. Did you know that Moses lacked persuasive and a certain way of speaking as an obstacle as he was going before Pharaoh on the behalf of God's people? That's in Exodus 4:10. But yet, Gideon doubted his ability to deliver Israel from its enemies. Judges 6:12-15. And then Jeremiah claimed he didn't know how to speak when he was called to be a prophet. Jeremiah 1:4-6. And all these cases, in all these cases, the Lord assured each one of them men He would be with them. Now think, if He assured each one of those men in all those different circumstances, what do you think He'll do for us if we feel inadequate about facing a situation? Especially if He done gave you a revelation on it, a vision, a dream. You don't have to know the how and the when, but you must have the faith. Even the Apostle Paul confessed that he was not adequate to himself for the ministry, yet that was entrusted to him. But then he asserted in 2 Corinthians 3:5, our adequacy is a form of God. This is the solution to all our feelings of inadequacy. Okay, as we start out, we're going to go to area 1 of feeling the areas of inadequacy. The first one I want to talk to us about is parenting. You know, others feel uncertain about his or her ability to raise godly children, especially in a ungodless or a godless society. Sometimes it seems like that peer pressure is stronger than you. I can attest. Next, I'm going to speak to you about marriage. Husbands and wives may perceive that they can't live up to each other's expectations and don't know how to build a satisfying relationship for each other. And that leads to divorce, anger, fussing all the time, and the list goes on and on. Next is relationships. Another source of insecurity, an inability to connect with someone and develop a good friendship. That's also an area of inadequacy. Secondly, we're going to talk about reasons for inadequacy. I'm going to give you 3 reasons. Inadequacy is a hard experience in life, but it can also be a tremendous blessing. By faith, if you believe. Before we can discover the benefits, we must be willing to uncover the reasons for the struggle. That means trusting God to give you that answer for that why. Yes, trusting God for giving you that answer for that why. First one is poor self-image. We don't like who we are or think we're unworthy. We'll struggle with insecurity and feeling undeserving of God's calling and blessings. That's where the comparison amongst yourself comes in. You want to look like such and such, or you got to keep up with the latest fashion. Nope. God gave you that image. Be proud of it. Walk in it. And don't let nobody tell you no different. Simple. Don't let nobody tell you no different. You confident in your skin. That's your skin. Next is feeling ill-equipped. Life experiences lead us to feel disadvantaged, whether it be at work, at church, social meetings, social groups. But we must be willing to uncover the reason and be ready with a matter of education and intelligence or economic position. So even though you feel disadvantaged at that time, or you don't feel like you're equipped, be ready as if you're already equipped. Be ready as if you know that next opening coming to you. And third one would be comparison, and I spoke on that briefly, comparing ourselves amongst ourselves. Nothing that someone else has should make you feel like you're less than. What they have is for them. If God wants you to have it, he's going to give it to you just on his timing. You got to trust his timing. Okay, the third topic is results of inadequacy. Refusal of God's call. The Lord calls us to serve him. There are three things which often trip us up at times. One is out of fear of failure. He's a man that he shall not lie. Two, apprehensions regarding finances and if you're going to be able. If he bought it to you, I'm telling you, especially if it's a vision and a dream, trust God to give you the answer to that why, the finances, what all it's going to take. He that is faithful to start his work in you is faithful to see it through. He's faithful. Ain't nothing in HELL can stop it. Nothing. Nothing. Thirdly, the concerns for our families. You know, it's a coach that I watch, a motivational speaker I watch, and it's no affiliation or endorsement, but her favorite word is, you got to forget them folks. You got to forget them folks when you feeling inadequate. You got to forget it and press your way and know that whether you're doing good or bad within your family, whether they congratulate you or not, know that if you're doing the will of God, God is going to give you an affirmation. He's going to give you a confirmation. And that's where your family is going to be able to see. Somebody got to break that cycle. Somebody got to break. Somebody got to be bold enough to do it, to take it. Even if you fall, even if you don't understand. He said, the Father said, any that lack understanding and wisdom, come to him and he shall give it to you. Okay, and I kind of got off subject, and that was okay. Okay, feeling of inadequacy. Okay, refusal of God's call. We spoke on that one. Failure to take advantage of God-given opportunities. During our lives, the Lord presents us with new and sometimes challenging opportunities. Yes, indeed, he will. Often begins with just small obedience. It's designed to take us to the next level in our spiritual growth and service. But if you let your fear or incompetence stop you, you'll miss out on what God planned for your life. And lastly, lack of fulfillment. We got to let go of our insecurities and inabilities that rule our lives. There'll always be something missing. There'll always be something missing. We won't be able to make sense of God's power or the fulfillment of his presence with us. The Lord isn't looking for people who measure up to his calling. Instead, he's calling those who are inadequate and use them in their weakness to do something worthwhile. Let me repeat that again for you. I'm going to say that again for those in the back. The Lord isn't looking for people who measure up to his calling. Instead, he's calling those who are inadequate and uses them in their weakness to do something worthwhile. And as I get prepared to close, I want to speak to you about the important area of obedience, and that's service. The Lord calls us to serve him genuinely with satisfaction. Is only found in believing in his word and trusting him in every situation, living in obedience to his will. Feeling inadequate sometimes can have you overwhelmed, but take a deep breath. Don't rush it, because if you have faith in God and believe in yourself, that manifestation is going to come true. It will happen. It shall happen. The Father in heaven is with us and promised to help you and me and anybody else. With the mindset, we'll be able to say, I can't, but I know God can, and will equip me to complete the task at hand. I'm going to say that one again too. I like when I wrote that one. The Father in heaven will equip us with the mindset where we're able to say, I can't, but I know God can, and will equip me to complete the task at hand. Have you ever sensed God's calling you to serve in such a manner which seemed beyond your ability? Are you able to trust and step out in faith and do it even though you feel inadequate? Don't let your insecurities stop you. From Experience Inspirations, today's topic we talked about as a recap was the feeling or feelings of inadequacy. It was 3 points inside of the scripture. And the scriptures I'm coming from is 2 Corinthians 3, 1 through 7. The first one was area of inadequacy. Second was reason for inadequacy. Thirdly was the results of inadequacy. And as always, remember the service of when you're feeling inadequate, and the promises that God will bring you through, and make sure that your dream and manifestations of the calling on your life will be seen through in a positive way. From Experience Inspirations, I love you. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, comment, and like. It's my prayer that this scripture and the topic at hand today be of some help to you or someone close to you. Remember to share it. I love you until the next video.